Hello everyone, we are streaming live. Hopefully this pops up here pretty soon. So yeah, we've got this ball rolling, and yeah, welcome to the stream everybody. This is not to compete with any of the other streams that are official, like the Rise of Kingdoms stream, so please open up this and the other one. The other one's going to be OV versus JWM proper. This is meant to showcase some of the realm of Anubis because we don't have a structure just yet on the official channel to go ahead and stream both realms. But I did want to put up these alliances because they haven't gotten any love this season just yet. So I want to make sure that they get that love here. So again, if you're going to be watching my stream, awesome. Bring all your friends, but also open up the official Rise of Kingdom stream for OV and JWM. That's going to be an awesome match as well. And I will also be watching it as well. So for sure, welcome to the stream everybody. Kai Sheng, KC, Extra Gamer, welcome to the stream. Go ahead and get this ball rolling. I'm also going to fire up some music because again, this is unofficial, but this is also for you guys. I want to make sure you guys get all the action that you're looking for. We're going to be starting off with NBA1 versus 411K, and then we're also going to kind of hop back and forth a little bit with the NCBFN match as well. So hopefully you guys are going to sit here and enjoy this Realm of Anubis matchup that I'm going to be casting for you today. And then again, hopefully you're going to be able to be watching the OVJWM match too, because that one is going to be a thriller. It's the rematch from Season 1 Finals. It's going to be a good one. So make sure you're going and tuning in to Gecko and Chiskel as they are also streaming and casting that for the Rise of Kingdoms official channel. So let's see. Mike SG, welcome. Razvan Marinescu, welcome to the stream. Odell Paul, I can't remember who I bet on. I can't bet on these, unfortunately, because I'm not in these realms. But we'll see how this goes, man. I think NBA1 and 411K, two very powerful alliances at basically 3.3 billion each. Then you got Fate Nation against NCB Art of War, both at 3 billion and 2.7 billion respectively. This is going to be good. I bet 10,000 points on each underdog. Razman, good luck to you on that. If you win either of those, you'll be in good shape because I know NCB is significantly under... I think NCB is significantly underdogged here. If NCB wins and people bet on him, ooh, my goodness. And then same thing on 411. They're underdogs to NBA1. This is going to be interesting to see. This is why we're streaming it, guys. I want to make sure you guys know what Realm of Anubis is doing too, because this is a whole nother expansion of the Osiris League Season 2 and then going forward. As you saw earlier, HKL winning in harsh fashion against JWM2. Very, very strong match. Both teams put up a very good fight, but HKL definitely coming out on top. You could see they were dictating the pace of play, and then certainly, again, it was just very, very strong, very solid performance on all of them. Let me also update the, that's one thing I didn't do, and I always forget to do that. Let's see. Let me update the title on all the other streams, because we are streaming on 3 platforms, guys. Getting the word out. Paste, update all. There we go. All right, now we're clicking on all cylinders. Now we're good to go. All right, Drago, love your last Commander videos. Really enjoyed. You're very welcome, Vitamina B. NCB and FN in the same kingdom. Are they? Let's go back to the Realm of Anubis. 331. Yeah, they're both in the same kingdom. That's right. I did know that already. Just didn't click. Yes, both in the same kingdom, so we'll see how that goes. It's kind of like JWM and JWM2. Both of them very powerful alliances. Abanov, yes, that's very true. The power differences, once you hit about 2 to 2.2 billion power, they don't really make a huge difference. You really have to start seeing the strategy and the execution of that strategy on the battlefield, really is what it boils down to. Just changed my name from Kai Sheng, and I'm impressed you can pronounce my name correctly, so kudos to you. Shadow Mamba, you're very welcome. I'm a learned man. I have a decent vocabulary. Enjoying all the extra content from you. XL Jugai IC. You're very welcome. I'm glad to be able to provide it. This is going to be fun, guys. And the match is about to start. In fact, I think it already has kind of started. Let me see. Yes. So let me go over to Realm of Anubis and watch. And yay, the whitelisting's working now, so that's good. Had a little bit of a snafu this morning on the whitelisting. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but it didn't. So this is a huge thing here, guys. For the blue team, NBA1, you want to have somebody here capturing the outposts. I'm assuming he's waiting to port in until everybody else is ported in. This individual is critical. Those extra seconds do count. 5-10 seconds, there it is right there. You want to have this person being the one to send the T1 cav marches to capture those 2 obelisks, as he is that individual. I don't want to say he because it might be a female. That person needs to be capturing the obelisks right away. And the front person needs to be the one doing that. That's 10 seconds of marching almost between the next layer of cities in that front layer. Same thing on the 411K side. Okay, we got tons of people porting in. This is an Osiris League Season 2 match, guys. So this is for all the marbles. This is a knockout stage round. Whoever wins this match is going to go on to the finals and face their opponent. Both Realm of Anubis matches are at 15 UTC, unfortunately. So they're both going on right now. We will kind of be popping in and out to see what the other ones look like as well. Just to make sure that y'all are getting all the latest info. Turn off game chat. I did turn off game chat. So cavalry. Fast commanders. Yes, T1 cavalry. You want to have those be the ones to capture the obelisks because they're the fastest. Bibu Singh, you're very welcome, man. So again, this is for the later kingdoms, guys. Realm of Anubis is for kingdoms. I think it's like 330 and above. We're up to almost 1,000 kingdoms, everybody. Rise of Kingdoms is growing by the day, and it's just nonstop growth. I love it. I'm so glad to be a part of its growth and part of showcasing what it's able to do. Once we get all the kinks ironed out on a couple things here and there, it's really going to be something to see. I'm very, very interested to see how this game starts to continue unfolding. So again, you want to capture these obelisks at the very beginning. That's going to be critical. T1 Cav sent out by the front march here is going to be the name of the game. 10 seconds left to get this ball rolling. It's going to be very interesting to see. I have not gotten a chance to really watch any of the Realm of Anubis alliances, so this is going to be new for me. I'm going to be interested to see their strategies, and the battle's starting. Gates down. Let's see where these marches start to go. Again, endgame alliances are realizing that you don't need to commit anything to the middle at the very beginning of the match. You want to be very strong on both sides of the structure game. So I'm interested to see if these alliances are on the same boat as the ones that have been around for a lot longer. And we're going to be curious to see if 411K can repeat their win from last week. Same thing from NBA1. Looked very strong over the last weeks just from the scores that I've seen. And very interested to see if they do the same thing. Now, I see a T1 march going to the bottom here. Don't see a T1 march going to the top from NBA1. That may be a snafu, or maybe somebody else has sent that march, and or maybe they're so far ahead. I don't know. I don't see them. Yeah, I don't see them at all. So that may have been a miscue there. It's going to take, and that's the farthest away one to go to as well. So you definitely want to have a T1 march going that direction. Let's see if the 411K folks did the same thing. Nope, they've got a T1 march going that direction. I expect to see this obelisk captured before this obelisk captured. Let's see. Can you check if Noon is playing for NBA1? Let's see. The names are populating. I'd imagine he should be towards the front, right? Voicin. Big Bok Choy, I recognize that name. KP, Tasty2, Mr. Bill, Animosity, Evil, that might be Evil Noon. Let's see. Tasty2, yep, same names. A lot of people are waiting to send their marches out because they need to teleport. You cannot teleport while your armies are on the map, folks. So you need to make sure that you keep your armies in your structure, in a structure, or in your city, so that you can teleport whenever these obelisks get captured. And just like I said, whoa, ooh, how did this march get there so fast? Maybe this was T1. Okay, so this is T1. Okay, so I was wrong. Number one, pulling number one moves and having a full march of T1, like straight full march of T1. It wasn't just a couple. This guy had the whole shebang. Full march of T1 there. So that's why I missed it, because it was full march. I didn't recognize it. Win Boo, you're very welcome. You're very welcome for the contents. Noon is in Vibhu. Okay, so Evil's a different guy. I believe they probably played in the same alliance at some point as well. I don't see Noon. He's probably an early teleporter, so that's why he hasn't sent any armies out. Yep, Evil Noon right there. There's your boy. 320 million. That guy's a beast. All right, so everything's been captured for both sides. It does look like the NBA folks were able to capture both of their obelisks quicker. This is the farther away one, so 2.5 minutes for this one and 2 minutes. So a solid 30 seconds left. There's Evil coming in with full infantry. Alex Charles likely. That combo pair. And then also they should have another solid garrison pair inside of that rally to switch to. So that's exactly the way to do it. Who is streaming FN and NCB? I don't know, Rye. I'm going to be popping over to both. I want you to see both sets of alliances for Realm of Anubis. Again, that's the reason why I am casting this match. Again, this is not to compete with the main official Rise of Kingdoms match. Please have both of us up. You want to have the OV versus JWM match up, and you also want to have this match as well, so you can see the best of both worlds. Definitely want to support my guys Gecko and Chiscool as they are casting official for live on the Rise of Kingdoms official channel. You can do both, Vibhu. Do both. Bring both up. Support both streams. So 411K breaking their initial rally. They got here very quickly. So it looks like this is going to be a battle over the desert altar here on the top lane. Let's see how the bottom lane looks. Same thing here. Skirmish is already happening. This is where it gets kind of dicey, guys. You want to make sure that you're in the right position. So it's not just being beside the desert altar. You want to be the correct distance away, because if you're too close, you have to move out from the altar and then go in. Whereas if you have like where Animosity is at right here, this is the perfect spot, because you don't have to go out and then in. You can just go in, and you're right there. There's a very small window there where you can kind of jump in there. Ghost Train, you always have me up, Drago. Aerosex, welcome to the stream. Good morning. NBA number 1. Looks like we have a lot of NBA1 fans in here. These guys both look like they are strong alliances. They are pushing it on the battlefield already. As these structures open up, let's see who takes them. Okay, looks like 411K got their desert altar right here. Let's see what the sky altar looks like on the top here. NBA1 taking both of their structures for the altar, but not taking their Shrine of War. Where is the person taking the Shrine of War for NBA1? My goodness. Same thing over here. These guys sitting around, hanging out. Carl BB finally recognizing, hey, we should probably take this and start generating the timer for the points. Still, the Shrine of War is not taken. Coconut Frog saying, oh my goodness, that might have been my job. Maybe BBC, not quite sure, but they're going to go ahead and take this Shrine of War. Good thing for NBA1. No 411K folks were around here, so good for them. This altar is also under heavy attack. Alex is not the best commander. We've done ranker series on this, guys. Alex is not a good garrison commander. Most of his skills do not work inside of the structure, so you definitely want to replace Alex with somebody else. This needs to be a different guy. All the structures now taken. Good job for both teams there. A little bit of a snafu at the beginning, but why not? It's semifinals. This is exactly when you want to get those kinks ironed out, because the finals is what awaits the winner of this match. 411K with a slight lead at the very beginning. Although, again, I think that has to do with capturing a few of their structures just a smidge earlier. Yep, there we go. I was going to say, I foresee the obelisks starting to generate points now. The initial captures for those structures. This Alex needs to be changed, folks. Who can put a good garrison commander inside of here? Let me look at some of the red marches. There's a Constantine right here. That would likely be a great pair to put inside. Constantine something inside that structure. Here's a Richard, even better. Hopefully this is a Richard. What is that? That's a Richard Ethelfled. That's not what you want in the garrison. Richard something, though. Richard, anything but Alex. Anything but Alex. Alex is not the right thing. Who do you think will win, Drago? That's the thing. I haven't seen these guys fight, so I don't know who's going to win. I wanted to get a nice, solid match for you guys to cast, and it looks like we're going to have that. Where did that skill get cast? This is the only structure blinking, so I'd imagine it's here, but I don't see the graphic. Here comes a rally from NBA1, Attila Takeda. This is going to go down if they do not get a proper commander in here and fill this thing up fast. This Alex is going to be in a world of hurt once this Attila hits. And there goes a 411K Attila rally the opposite way against the Shrine of War of NBA1. You've also got this desert altar blinking up here. Let's see what this looks like. Huge skirmish right beside this structure. Proper garrison from NBA1, though. That's very, very solid. You want to have a Richard in there, a Constantine, a Charles. Those are the commanders you want because they delay the damage. Now finally getting the right commander in there. Richard at the primary. I'm interested to see what the secondary is. It looks like it might be Richard Alex again. I'm not sure. I saw a little shield here. Let's see if we can see the graphic for the second. It may actually be Richard Constantine, which is very, very good. They need to get this capture with 3 seconds. If they can hopefully get 411k, they just got it. Okay, so they got the initial capture. Now they need to work on maintaining the structure so they keep generating those points. All these altars and all of these shrines are blinking. Everything's popping off like crazy. 4 minutes left on the arc here. This is going to be very interesting. Drago and Ark of Osiris, who do you like better in structure defense, Constantine or Richard? Richard and Constantine. Why not? Richard primary, Constantine second, Constantine primary, Richard second. All good combos, guys. I did a legendary ranker series for Ark of Osiris Garrison on this channel. You should go check it out. I've got them all listed. Richard is in the best category, as is Constantine. Charles is in the better category, but can be in the best category. He's kind of in that in-between. But I wanted to differentiate how good Richard is because of his heal. So I made him best and Charles better. But both are very, very good. The entire map is basically blinking here, guys. This is insane. All these rallies popping off. It's going to be very difficult for both sides to defend properly all these structures unless they've got some great organization. Both of the desert altars are looking very heavily contested. 411k does look like they're shutting down this rally, though. Well done with the switch to the proper garrison commander. It looks like the rally for NBA1 also was broken as well, or beaten, I should say, not broken. I don't see the Attila rally around here anymore, which means that it did go down. However, this is still a very vulnerable structure with how many troops it has inside of it. Tucker Gross, welcome to the stream. Split screening both matches right now. You should. Yes, again, be here, check this match out for Realm of Anubis, but also bring up the OVJWM match, guys. That's going to be a good one. Cast by my brothers Gecko and Chiskel on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel. Make sure you hop over there and check that out too. That's going to be a good one. Still, structures blinking everywhere. Let's pop to a few other ones. This one, it looks like it's going to be held by 411k. No support on either side. Usually Attila will take out Richard, but Richard Wu is a solid combo against Attila Takeda. So with no help from both sides, the amount of healing that Richard does just is so great that it can help you take out a rally like that without any support backing it up. Same thing here, another Richard Wu for the Sky Altar for 411k. It does look like NBA1, however, taking this Obelisk and getting swarmed as an Attila Takeda defense. This is very good for NBA1, causing significant troop damage here. Attila Takeda is one of those rallies or armies in general that loves to be swarmed because of the counterattack damage that they do. My goodness. That being said, I think they are going to retake this Obelisk back, but this is points not being generated for 411k, so this is a big move by NBA1, and we already see NBA1 with some next level disruption in the background. This player here from NBA1 taking some of these outposts as another march, a double C march, goes flying by. I do see 411k noticing what's happening. There's another player here, Nat, going to man this outpost of Seth. Hopefully not letting this player from NBA1 capture it, or at least making it very difficult. And then this one over here looks like it's maybe vulnerable, so if I was that NBA1 player, well, it's already taken. So they got two of them already. So 411k needs to, again, because of the disruption, needs to take these outposts back, because these generate quite a bit of points, 30 points per minute. That's more than an Obelisk, guys. So you definitely want to have those. You want to have all your outposts generating points for you. That's 90 points a minute. Correct me wrong, but you've ranked both Richard and YSG in best category for everything so far. Speaks to their versatility. The only thing I haven't ranked Richard best in is City Garrison Defense. He is the worst in that. He is in the fail category. But yes, YSG is pretty much the best at everything, which is why I always say on this channel, it's always YSG. The answer is always YSG. If you want to know who you need to max next and you don't have a max YSG, that's the answer, YSG. 411k and NBA1 putting solid performances up so far. The Ark is about to spawn in just under 15 seconds. Let's jump to the middle. Oh boy, we start to see a lot of different alliance skills popped off. Mystical Formation, War Drums, both sides popping skills like crazy. They are around the Ark of Osiris and where it spawns. We've got the Season 1 winners, OV, right here, who are playing on the Rise of Kingdoms channel right now and being cast live by Gecko and Chiskel. go over there and check it out if you have not done so already. Split screen it like my guy Tucker Gross over here, and have both matches up at once. This is exactly why you play the game, to see this type of stuff. I love the fights that we're seeing right now. Don't see any Archer rallies. Abanov, that's a good observation. Archer rallies are very squishy. Even the new Ramses setup, which these alliances don't have available to them in their kingdom, those are still a little squishy. Even though Ramses is basically a combination of Saladin and Takeda, it's still squishy. It's archers, guys. Archers are not meant to be defensive. Artemisia helps with that, but still. NBA1 definitely looking like they're taking over the middle here. Lots of red armies going back to their cities, getting swarmed properly. The buffs are on point. Both alliances have their Shrine of Wars, which is very, very solid. Everything is basically even right now with the exception of one outpost structure-wise. 590 to 510 points per minute, respectively, for NBA1 and 411K. The match is very, very, very even. This arc is going to be a big, big deal. Whoever captures this arc is going to be a massive, massive favorite to continue going forward. Both of these alliances seem very evenly matched. I'm curious to see how this works out for them. While we're doing that, I am also going to bring up the other blue stacks and pull up the other match too, so we can see what's going on there too while we're watching this scrum in the middle. This is a significant scrum in the middle. 411K still pouring troops into the middle, trying to make sure this arc capture goes in their favor. NBA1 holding solid and strong. And they've got it right now. They've got it. Let's go take a peek. They are booking it. Look at this guy. He is booking it. This Belisarius is taking off in a quick way. My goodness. This Saladin cannot keep up. That is a very fast Belisarius. He's got all the different perks activated. He's got charge activated. He's got a very high mobility commander. Now he's starting to slow down now that all those buffs are starting to wear off. You do get buffs in the mobility tree for taking skill damage and for taking down an opponent. So you see a lot of people do all those things, stacking up over 200% of mobility, snagging the arc, and then taking off. It's a very solid strategy, and now that all the other stuff has been fixed, this should be an even matchup here. 411K chasing strong, but Belisarius is moving so quick. These 411K armies are catching up and likely will catch up. Now this NBA1 player is being a smart player here, bringing it over to their cities. Cities cannot be captured, guys, by the opponent, so it's not like you can get a ninja capture for 411. They're going to have to bring this thing all the way back and capture it in one of their structures, or take this desert altar and bring it back to there, which will be a very, very sketchy proposition. These armies are just trying so hard to catch up. Charmy should swing around and start attacking these armies, slowing these guys down and taking these guys out. There's a Belisarius catching up. There's a Saladin catching up with the support tree. That's good. I mean, he can just capture it right here. Like, just capture it. Capture this thing. This is a very, very good match. I like this. These guys are playing solid. These guys are playing very solid. And I'm bringing up the other match in my other BlueStacks instance as well, so we can see how that looks too. But I want to make sure that you guys see this arc capture. They're going to capture it in their Obelisk here, it looks like. Or at least bring it to it. And maybe this is a strategy, guys. Maybe they're going to try and bring all these 411K guys over here, trying to capture this arc. And at the same time, I'd imagine on the other side of the map, maybe start sending a bunch of rallies and take the structures and take this arc. That would be a very next level play. Big brain moves happening all over the place. You got 4 rallies coming out from 411K. You've got 3 coming from NBA1. And this arc is just making moves all over the place. My goodness, he's just completely running around unaffected. There's just not enough 411K over here to really make a difference. Maybe 411K has noticed they're not going to get it and start to, yeah, they're starting to gather around some of these very important structures for NBA1. Let's see if they have any presence over here. Only 2 armies. NBA1, okay, there's some more down here that just didn't populate quickly enough. This is good. This is a good match, guys. It's relatively even. Looks like NBA1 is going to capture this right off the bat. I'd imagine there's going to be a rally coming to this Obelisk as well. If they don't capture it soon enough, that might be a big deal. I don't see a rally on the Obelisk from 411K. I would rally this Obelisk really quickly, but again, there's just not a whole lot of 411K open field presence over here to do much good with it. It looks like NBA1 is just going to hold on to the arc here and really hold on to their structures now that they've got a points per minute advantage. And look like they're holding all their structures relatively well. This is going to be very interesting to see. Are they going to capture it, or are they going to just kind of keep it? You got a timer now, guys, so you can't keep it forever, but you can limit the amount of you can limit the amount of arcs that can be generated inside of this match. And there is no speed bug anymore. They patched whatever that was. I'm not sure what that was, but they definitely patched it. So it should be good to go. I don't see there being a bug used at all. Let me go into Osiris League here. And Realm of Anubis. And we're going to go over to NCB Art of War. That looks like another good one as well, guys. Alright, I'm going to pop over to the other match too. Now that looks like they're just going to hold on to this arc. I'm not quite sure what they're doing here. They're just kind of sitting here with it. Now we do see some structures being taken by 411K on the back end here. Again, trying their best to make some disruption and maybe do some kind of nifty move to capture this arc. Right now, NBA1 is definitely holding strong over here, and I'm curious to see. I mean, this is something. The 411K folks did take this desert altar. This could be a big deal. You have a lot of armies up here at 411K at this desert altar. If they can hold it, that's some points generation that NBA1 likely was not counting on losing. It's going to be very interesting to see, and they need to probably capture this arc. I'm not quite sure why they haven't captured it yet. Looks like they may start making moves over here to capture it. Very interesting. I mean, 411K's got 3 altars right now, at least for right now. NBA1 is looking desperately to try and capture this back, but it looks like Attila Takeda is in the structure. That's a very hard nut to crack without a rally, and there's no rally yet. It's going to take at least a minute to get over here. Here's another Attila Takeda rally against Charles. This is likely a Charles Constantine. That's a great counter. You can see the damage they're taking, or the lack of. 3,200 damage versus 6,000 being swarmed, and the proper counter in that garrison. Looking very good for NBA1. Same here, you got a Richard, another Attila rally here going down, getting swarmed by NBA1. That's very tough. It's very tough to crack. And again, just holding on to this arc. Very interesting strategy. And they're holding on to it beside their obelisk, which has a ton of cities. So if it does happen to get some traction over here, they can just quickly capture it on any one of these cities or the obelisk and go ahead and reposition themselves to start taking structures. But 411K does currently have 3 altars, and you can see here 560 points per minute to 410 points per minute. 411K does have the advantage points per minute wise, and they look like they're going to hold this structure. Now, I'd imagine a rally is incoming very, very shortly from NBA1, but this is going to be a while. This is going to take a while. There's plenty of 411K here to hold this. I'm very curious to see what they do here. They should definitely be looking to capture this arc. I'm really curious. They're going to, maybe they're waiting out that full 8 minutes. Maybe they just want to make sure that there's only 2 arcs, maybe 3 tops. If they hold out all 15 minutes, there's only going to be 2 arcs to capture. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's swap over while we're watching some more of this here. I'm going to swap over to the other match so you can see what that looks like. All right, we're at that match now. Let me go ahead and zoom out and get into some action here. Looks like a relatively even match, and we got blue NCB leading by 2,500 points. Looks like they captured the arc, and they did capture it. They did not hold. You got 4 minutes, 20 seconds left on that one. And then you've got this Shrine of War for FN being rallied by NCB, but it looks like the NCB rally is going down very quickly. Tons of armies on the battlefield. I love this. NCB versus FN. Lots of open field armies. FN going to the middle very early. 4 minutes left before this Osiris drops. That may spell a little bit of a disadvantage on the lanes on the outside for the structures. You've got this FN rally hitting, well, that's not a rally, that's an open field march. This one open field march hitting this altar, that's not going to do anything with that kind of presence in the open field from NCB. And FN looking like they got a lot of armies coming back smashed. So holding strong on this desert altar, though. They look like they're trying to play a little bit of a defensive game. We've seen time and time again, guys, defensive games don't necessarily mean you're going to hold all your structures. Being able to pace the match with an aggressive style seems to be the way to go. We've got both Realm of Anubis matches going, guys. This is going to be fun. Here we got Shrine of War still being hit over here, although I think, ooh, they're starting to swarm this puppy. Swarming Richard is not always the worst idea, but if it's properly reinforced, it definitely won't help. Looks like we got a Richard YSG maybe as well. Let's see what the second army is here. Richard Constantine. Looks like Richard Constantine, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to see in all this. And I can't click the thing to see who the second pairing is, but Richard Constantine would be a good fit here. And it's holding very, very strong. Got this being attacked as well and swarmed by NCB. Another Richard here holding strong for FN. Oh, graphics mode engaged. That's what happens when you got two BlueStacks instances of two Osiris League playoff matches at the same time. Very, very bad. Looks like we got a lot of FN coming into the middle here, guys. A lot of FN. FN is definitely looking to take this arc. They know they need it to get back into the match, and they've got a points per minute advantage. FN looking to maybe take command of this game. NCB doing very well right now with a 2,000 point lead, but they are down points per minute, and they are definitely looking to do some moves here to get that arc. I'll come back to the FN match here, and we're going to jump back over to the 411K and NBA1 matchup. And here we go. We're going to be doing this one because I think the arc just got hasn't been captured again. Still not captured. My goodness. Man, NCB or NBA1, my goodness, they are just holding on to this arc and saying, no, this is our arc. We're going to hold on to it for as long as we need to. My goodness. Both matches looking very, very solid. It looks like 411K has caught up a little bit, only within about 400 points. But again, NBA1 does hold 3,000 points in their grasps right now, having that arc securely stationed over by their obelisk at the very top. Another NBA1 rally coming, Attila Takeda against the Shrine of Life. See a couple people over here sitting here stationing it. It really is going to depend on what's the garrison in this structure to see if it's going to last. And then simultaneously, is this rally full? That's the next question. See what's going to happen there. Everybody has their own structures right now. They've evened it out from a points per minute perspective. It looks like NBA1 is still waiting for a couple of their buildings to capture so they can get back to that 560 points per minute that they should be at. Hope you guys are all enjoying this. This is Realm of Anubis. Again, I'm going back and forth between both matches. The 411K and NBA1 match looks to be the one to watch right now, so that's what I'm on right now. I'm also keeping an eye on the other match just to see if there's anything crazy going on. Right now, the other match is a 1,500 point match in favor of NCB for Realm of Anubis as well. NCB fighting FN in the other match. Both matches happening at 15 UTC. A little bit of a bummer. I would have loved to have casted this one maybe later or have both matches be separate so you can see both of the matches, but you know, we'll see. So you got 411 swarming the Sky Altar over here, along with an Attila Takeda rally. It looks like the Attila Takeda rally will go down, but is NBA1 going to have enough reinforcements here to keep this altar up while having a swarm of 411K bashing around it? I think they may. Really, the only nukers I see are one Guan army, one Saladin army, two Guan armies, excuse me, and then the situational nuke that comes from Alex. There's another Guan, but it's very, very low. There goes a couple armies from NBA1. This may go down. See a couple people streaming in to help reinforce. They're doing a very good job just having enough troops to hold it. That's really all you need. Let's see over at the Arc Station here. This is the Arc Station now. That's what I'm going to be calling it, because really this is the only place that the Arc has been this entire match except for when it spawned in the middle. So 2.5 minutes left on this Arc here. I'm curious to see if he is going to go into a provisioning patch to drop it and repick it up, to see if that refreshes the timer. And then if not, if he's going to go ahead and capture it in about 2 minutes with another person porting in to the Arc Station just now. We've got another Attila Takeda rally going down. Charles Constantine, that's the ticket. That's what I've been saying for months is the counter for Attila Takeda, doing a very good job. Even with the debuffing army from 411K, NBA1 is holding strong in that garrison with that Charles Constantine. And over here again, more swarming, guys. There's a Charles right here with a Attila Takeda rally, and Attila Takeda rally is hitting this Shrine of War. This is going to go down possibly with this number of swarms hitting this structure. This is going to be interesting. If they lose this structure, they're going to lose a significant stats advantage that they have right now, or at least being even. If they lose this, they're going to lose that stat advantage or that stat even capability, and that will give 411K a little bit of an upside on rallying these other structures and with open field, looks like the arc was in fact captured finally. 17,000 to 14,000, so 3,000 point match. Both teams knotted up at 590 with all the teams, or both teams having all their structures. But you can see everything is blinking right now. Everything is blinking. This structure is going to go down if they do not put some new fresh troops in there. This is going to be very close, and it goes down in favor of 411K. 411K now owning both Shrines of War. That's a big advantage for them, because not only did they just get another 5 attack and defense, but they just denied 5 attack and defense, 5% of each, to NBA1. That's going to give them an advantage with 6 minutes, 45 seconds left until the next arc spawns. If they can hold this, that'll be a significant advantage. Now, you generally want to take both of these altars if you're either side, closer to when this arc spawns, because that will help you in the fight in the middle. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go down. NBA1 is doing a very good job holding this Sky Altar, though. Even with this swarm hitting it, looks like Richard Wu is holding strong, taking out all these individual marches after the rally from 411K was smashed. And it looks like most of those players are arriving back at their city, but NBA1 needs to take this structure back in a bad way. And 411K does have solid presence on the outside here, although it looks like a couple armies are kind of just sitting around here. There we go. Now they're starting to move around. NBA1 knowing they need to have this structure, not only because of the presence that those buffs provide, but also this is a place where 411K could come and potentially bring that arc. They could allow NBA1 to bring the arc back and then snag it and capture it in this altar because they have it. FN just got a big lead. Okay. Let me take a peek at that and I'll give you the updated number. It's about 2,000 points. About 2,000 points. Looks like they just captured the arc is what ended up happening, because the timer on the arc is now 7 minutes on the other match. So FN leading NCB by 2,000 points right now, even points per minute, and all the structures with the exception of one outpost on FN's side are where they're supposed to be defensively. All right, so big fight over this Shrine of War, guys. Big fight over this Shrine of War. A minute left until they capture it. It looks like it may go down before that minute, though. NBA1 putting significant presence over here, taking out all of these 411K armies. And then on top of all of that, there we go. Now it's back in favor of NBA1. They've got their structure back. There are rallies starting to hit all over the map again. This rally heading on over to the Shrine of War. NBA1 did successfully defend their Desert Altar right there, too. Let me check the Sky Altar and see how this is looking. Richard Wu against Attila Takeda has been proving to be a very good combo in the Arc combat mode. Now, you don't want to use this open field, guys, because all those heals that Richard are doing are bringing back troops just to die, especially against Attila Takeda. That would be a devastating loss. Even if you win that battle, you may lose the war by losing all those troops. Now, Richard Wu looks like it might not have the troop count that it needs to be very good against this Attila Takeda rally. And with Swarm on top of this, Guan doing some silencing with his nuke, Constantine debuffing the attack, as well. These are all very good debuff armies to have against a structure that you're rallying with Attila Takeda. Here's Edward, possibly Tamiris as well, debuffing from skill damage perspective, which will help the other debuffing armies. These are all really good. And here's another Ethelfled debuffer. This is Ethelfled, looks like Genghis, which is an interesting combo. If it's full cav, which it looks like it is, that'll be decent, because Genghis will still get a lot of his nuking capabilities on that second skill hit. And Ethelfled will be debuffing that structure for Genghis. That's actually not a bad pairing. Just don't fight with the open field. It's good for structure hits, for debuffing and damage, but not for open field. You'll get nuked down in a second. Let's see. This is NBA1. NBA1. People are like, everybody's all about NBA1 and 411K. I can see that right now. I'm going to check and see what the other match looks like as well, just because I want to give you the up-to-date. So again, it's still a 2,000 point game, 4.5 minutes until the arc spawns. FN again is coming into the middle in anticipation of trying to capture that arc for that match. All the structures still remain the same as well, so something to keep in mind. But this match definitely seems to be the one that's more back and forth and with the more action. So we're going to stick here, 2,300 point game in favor of NBA1. And yeah, I mean, this match is definitely looking very, very solid. Very similar to the match that I casted earlier on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel. It was very good. It was a very good match between JWM2 and Hong Kong Legends HKL. These strategies are starting to really lock in for a lot of these alliances. And these alliances, while they don't have all the later commanders necessarily, they've got the strategies, and the strategies is what wins this matchup. Ark of Osiris and Osiris League, it's about strategy and execution of that strategy. And having the right combination of both of those is what's going to win you this match, not necessarily having Ramses or things like that. I did see a Guan on the map, so I mean that means that they do have some of the third generation commanders. You got a Guan, and I did see a couple Leos pop off there too. This structure looks like it may go down. Heavy swarm, but that swarm is taking significant damage. We see buffs popping off all over the place in the middle. Let's jump there. 2 minutes until this arc spawns, and you're going to see quite a bit of chaos in here. Look at all the swirling red. I expect to see some swirling blue. Here we go. Mystical formation. There it is. And then finally, once the arc drops, you're going to start seeing some bogs of war get dropped down to lower the mobility. And then same thing, rallying charge, alliance skills for both sides as well, so they can keep their mobility up. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be an amazing fight. Looks like NBA1 is really trying to push forward to this arc structure, while 411K does have a good presence on the bottom here. I'd expect to see NBA1, and it looks like we're getting a little choppy, guys. I do apologize. We've got a lot of action going on here. 411K still bringing more troops up from the bottom. I would look to see possibly, and HKL did this in the match earlier for the Realm of Horus. They brought a lot of armies around the backside and sandwiched that opponent for JWM2, and really were able to dominate the middle because of that strategy, bringing armies from both sides. There was really nowhere for JWM2 to run, and you saw that time and time again. Every single time they were able to capture that arc because of that strategy, really positioning their troops effectively early so that they could do that. NBA1 is definitely putting some hurt on here, but 411K is pouring into the middle. They've got great presence with 40 seconds left until this arc spawns. So many graphics going off here, making my computer, which is a top tier computer, go down a little bit. It's definitely struggling to keep up with all the particles and everything. Does anyone tell you look like Matt Patricia? Razvan, yes. People tell me I look like Matt Patricia. I do not, however, coach or have the salary of the Detroit Lions. So, unfortunately, you all can help with that if you want to, but that's a big gap to make up for sure. So 411K looking like they're going to be going into the middle here and trying to capture this arc. They want to capture this arc bad. They're down by 2,300 points and pretty much even on the points per minute game here. So it looks like if they can capture this arc, they will be in the lead, assuming structures don't start falling all over the place. There are 6 rallies on the field right now, or at least mobilizing. 411K with 4 of them, 2 waiting and 2 marching. I hate to see the waiting. That means that people are joining from too far away. That's just a little bit of an execution problem there. Same thing on the blue side from NBA1. One is hitting right now is this Obelisk. Let's see if we can load some stuff up, though. That's going to be the key. Come on, load things. Please load things. Let me go to the middle and see if I'm just completely bugged out. Okay, no, we're good. Let's just sit tight here. The game is trying everything it can just to load the middle. So let's just be in the middle. Baz with a $2 donation. Get him to that salary, folks. That $2 will get me very close to that $5 million he makes per year. I appreciate you, Baz, as always. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is interesting, guys. There's tons of buildings blinking all over the place. Cosmo with a €2 donation. Shot on the stream. No shot on the stream. Come on, we're casting some Realm of Anubis action. I may take a shot for the winner maybe at the end. We'll see. $5 donation shot. Come on, man. That's yesterday. That's yesterday on the Sippin Saturday stream. Today is official casting. Now, this is not an official stream, guys. This is just me wanting to put Realm of Anubis up so that you guys can see these 2 amazing alliances, it looks like, battle it out. These are every bit as I can't load anything else yet. So these are every bit as strong looking as the original kingdoms that we watched earlier today on the official channel. These guys are doing some work. 411K is trying to pull this thing back. It does go down, but there's quite a few 411K here. NBA1 coming over here to try and do a little bit of a ninja move to bring this thing back onto their side of the map. I do see, if I can actually load this stuff, that'll be the key here. There we go. So I do see NBA1 trying to take this outpost. They did take the other 2, but this one looks like it's held by a proper Richard here. And that Genghis is going to go down. Buildings blinking all over the place. I wish I could hop to them very, very quickly. But we're loading so much activity here from the alliance skills and from all these armies in one spot. It's going to be very, very difficult to do that. Let me try it. I'm going to try it. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So Desert Altar looks like it's nice and freshed out for NBA1. This Shrine of Life is going to go down, looking at it from the field presence. If they can get it down quickly enough, 411K can stop them from generating these points. This is an 80 point per minute structure, guys. So it's a big deal. Not only that, if they are healing, that's a big hit to their healing capability at 25%. They may be able to drop it down if Edward can maybe get off a skill before Charmy and Evil come over. Let's see if they can fire it off. And there it is. They do take it. 411K getting it just as these two armies from NBA1 are trying to get the structure. 411K taking that structure. And 411K also grabbing this arc and trying to move it closer and closer to this outpost. Now, NBA1 is hitting them, but this is going to be interesting, guys. Are they going to be able to capture it? This double C is sitting here, and that's the last NBA1 that's close enough, I think. Why is this double C stopped? He needs to move. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Looks like he is going to drop it again. NBA1 looks like they're just delaying the inevitable. Again, this is a very risky play, guys. This outpost can be taken relatively easily. It only can have a maximum of 500,000 troops. If NBA1 decides to swarm this and 411K does not reinforce in time, this could be a huge deal where NBA1 could possibly ninja capture that arc in time, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This arc looks like it's going to be delivered if they decide to move with it. Belisarius does have this arc, but he's not moving. He needs to keep moving. He needs to go over to this outpost. Get in that outpost for 11K so you can capture that arc. Now, again, the points per minute is relatively even, 540 for NBA1 to 500 for 411K. This arc will put them in the lead by about 1,000 points. If and when they capture it, it's right here. And look at that, NBA1 captures the outpost. Now, if NBA1 can get this arc, look how this guy needs to get away. This guy needs to go up here. Just like what NBA1 did. They brought their arc over to their obelisk. It's very safe over there, whereas right here, this is tough. They need to capture it right now. If they don't capture it right now, they are in desperate. There it is. Okay, so 411K does capture the arc. Goes up by just over 1,000 points, like we just said. That was a crucial arc for 411K. And again, this is why it's very risky to bring it back. And NBA1 taking the structure back again. There's only 500,000 troops that can be in here. So again, this is easily swarmed down. If you have 2 million troops hitting this, it goes down in the blink of an eye, and that can be a quick ninja capture for NBA1. So good job for 411K on capturing that structure, but because they took it to a riskier place, it looks like maybe they are going to start going out to their outside lanes to re-engage the structure game. And it looks like this structure is also getting rallied, although it looks like it's going to be in safe hands because there's no field presence because they're all down here where the arc was. This structure also going, and this swarm is doing some significant damage to Richard. It looks like this may actually go down. You got one person here. This is one person. You can only have one army per person in these structures, and you've also got this really low army of an Alex here. This may go down, guys. I can't see the health bar of this structure, but it looks like this swarm has the juice to maybe take this out. Maybe refreshing an army right there. There goes that Richard. Hopefully that wasn't the garrison. Looks like we have a Richard Constantine in the garrison here. 411K needs some people in this structure immediately, or it may go down in favor of NBA1. This is a big deal. This is 150 points per minute, guys. 150 points per minute is a big deal, especially if you can hold it. 411K bringing some more troops to the middle. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be okay. If there was a rally on this, I think that this would have gone. And look at the wave of 411K coming in from the right here. This was from the arc capture. All these people coming back to the sides, arriving, like I said, just in time, right? Just in time. It's about being in the right place in the right time just quickly enough. You need to win by 1 point, and that 1 point may be generated by having that one army in just the right spot and just the right time. Now, NBA taking this Shrine of War over here 8 seconds ago. You can see the garrison going back to their cities, and there's a ton of NBA1 here in support and defense of this structure. There should be plenty of people to get in this structure. They need to get in the structure right now because 411K is swarming this back down. 411K took it back. More presence coming in. Let's see if they fill it up. NBA1, a little bit of a miscue here. They should have populated that garrison. It would not have been able to be swarmed down that quickly had they done so. They were doing a little bit more of an open field fight action instead of doing the garrison. Again, Alex is not the best garrison here, but again, it's going to be enough. I mean, if you don't have a rally on top of everything, swarming takes longer. Swarming takes longer. If you got a rally, hitting and taking that initial brunt. Now, Guan on the Garrison, this is something I've wanted to see for quite a while. I'm interested to see if Guan can hold his own. It depends on what's second there, but he is going down pretty quickly. This swarm is heavy, very, very heavy. NBA1 looks like they've outpaced people on the open field here, but again, if they can just keep reinforcing 411K, they can hold this structure and get the points per minute total back in their favor. Right now, NBA has a 30 points per minute advantage, so it's very, very minor. All the structures are pretty much captured for the sides that they should be a part of. And with, looks like 1,200 point advantage, 411K is going into this next arc capture with 5 minutes until that arc spawns. This could be for all the marbles, this arc capture. NBA1 likely knowing that and starting to bring a few people in. It might be a little early, it's just before 5 minutes. Maybe give it another couple minutes to make sure your structures are secure. Start sending rallies, possibly taking this structure as well, trying to get both Shrines of War in your favor for the middle fight, which is inevitably about to happen. You've got 5 minutes, just over 4 minutes left for this arc to spawn with 13.5 minutes left in the match. This may be it. You've got a points per minute advantage now, pretty heavy in favor of NB1, taking this altar away from 411K. 411K now swarming it back down. Again, they're going to get it back, but NBA1 doing a good job disrupting the point generation, because with 13 minutes left, 230 points per minute, you extrapolate that out, that's about 2,800 points over the course of a match. So that could be a big difference, and this is going to take 3 minutes to bring back. So for 3 minutes, 260 points per minute, that's about, what, 800 points roughly? So that's a big deal. 700 points. So 700 points could be the difference between this match, guys. It's a 1,000-point match right now. No, not even that. I'm sorry. It's an 80-point match. It is an 80-point match, guys. This is going to be very, very close. Let me jump over. I'm not going to jump over, but I'm going to take a peek at the other match. That one also is very, very close. 28,000 to 25,000 in favor of FN, the red team. NCB is in the middle. There's 14 minutes left on the... the arc is going back in favor of FN for that matchup, and it looks like it may be captured by FN. If FN captures that arc, that may be the end of that match, and FN may be the one moving on and taking out NCB. I'm curious to see how that plays out, but we will continue to keep this on the 411K NBA1 match. This is literally a 200-point match. We have to stay here, right? Their structure's blinking everywhere. NBA1 losing their Sky Altar over here to 411K as well, helping the points per minute total get a little closer together. 30 points per minute difference now. That advantage that they got from capturing this Sky Altar over here is now nullified. So they maybe only got about 200 points out of that instead of the full 700 that we thought they might. So again, NCB FN match. NCB is losing right now to FN, and FN looks like they're about to capture the Ark of Osiris. They are moving it back again to their outpost, which is very risky. Very, very risky. Let's check back over to this matchup here. NBA1 needs to get this structure back, and 411K has a solid garrison with Richard. Looks like Richard Wu. So this is going to require a rally, and with 2 minutes left in the middle, I'd imagine there's going to be Crazy Town, and sure enough, it's starting to get that way. Buffs popping off everywhere. 2 minutes until this arc captures. This could be the game. If somebody can capture this arc within the next 11 minutes, well, 10 minutes once it spawns, 9-ish minutes, this could be the game. This arc could win the game. This is going to be the game-winning arc if they can get it back to a structure. Now, again, both alliances knowing this, likely they're going to throw everything in the middle, because especially towards once you start getting to the 5-minute mark on the match, you can lose all your buildings and it won't matter. Like you need to get that arc at that point. This is going to be interesting. We've got buildings blinking everywhere. Shrine of War here. Looks like it's going to be solid in favor of 411K. Same thing here. There's an archer rally here, and like I said earlier, 411K can just swarm this thing down. It's just not going to do enough damage to the garrison to warrant a rally, really, at that point. It's not going to divert many troops because it doesn't take much to swarm down an archer rally. Same thing over here. You got a rally on the top of this structure, which means it likely came from over here. Well, no, it's over here. Okay. So Attila Takeda trying to take this 411K structure back that should be in NBA1's hands. 411K has a 120 point per minute total, which if they keep it, That's 1,200 points over the next 10 minutes. 30 seconds left for this arc to spawn. It's going off. NBA1 coming in, pouring in to the middle, trying to get a quick capture for this arc away from 411K. 411K doing a fantastic job, really pressuring. It's a 300-point match. NBA1 does have the advantage, possibly bringing back some provisions right now to get back into the lead to make up for some of this lost time, not having their second altar right here. So 300-point game now in favor of NBA1, and they are pouring into the middle, guys, pouring into the middle. My goodness. My goodness, NBA1 looks like they're about to try and grab this. I see a lot of circles trying to grab it. Let's see who grabs it. It's available. Let's see who snags it first. It's definitely not going to be this guy. This guy right here's got it, but he grabbed it on the wrong side. Where are you going? Where are you going? Why aren't you moving? Go this way. You need to go back towards your side. You need to capture that quickly. There you go. Tasty 2 with the arc. Already getting targeted by 411K, taking heavy damage. Again, when you have the arc, you take 200% damage. It is very hard to have the arc and be around your opponent. Bogged down cast. Looks like for 411. So bogged down cast, trying to slow down all of these blue armies. That hit pretty much everything, guys. That hit pretty much everything. NBA1 loses the arc right now. It's on the ground. Let's see who starts circling and trying to capture. A good way to capture, guys, is to select the arc at the top left, and then there's an escort button that populates right here. Tap it, then grab your army that you want to use and hit go. And it will start capturing that for you so you don't have to physically click it. You can click the top left, and it looks like that's exactly what this 411 player did. Looks like it is Nat over here, I think. Yeah, it looks like Nat's got it with his Charles army. His Charles army is very low. There's no type of benefit on an infantry army by having low health. There's no talent that gives you more march speed when low health. He drops it because he wasn't going as fast as maybe, say, a Cav March would, but again, also extra tanky, so there's a little bit of a trade-off there. Again, this match is relatively even, a 200-point match in favor of NBA1 right now. This is going to go down to the wire. 8 minutes left. You need to capture this arc if you want to win. The points per minute in favor of 411K, 560 points per minute for 411K versus 440 points per minute in favor of 411K. 411K is winning. 120 points per minute with 7 minutes left. That's a big deal, but I think it's going to take about 2 minutes for this building right here, which probably will not populate because of all the activity in the middle, to capture. Let's go ahead and reload the middle because why would I do that? Tons of circles popping up, which means tons of people are trying to pick this arc up. NBA1 captures the arc. Let's see if they can bring it back to their side. Right now, it's a little bit on the 411K side. They need to book it. They need to book it. Let's see who's got it. Looks like Evil has it, but he's kind of standing there right now, fighting still. Looks like he tried to capture the arc, but still wanted to do some fighting. So there we go there. And 411K now in the lead by 300 points. This is going to be a big deal, guys. Structures might also win it. Provisioning is also possibly going to be a big deal. Who's doing provisioning? Are both sides provisioning? Are neither side provisioning? This arc might not be the only way to win. If they can take a structure away, that might be the point per minute difference to win this matchup, guys. Oh no, where are all the armies going? Repopulate everything. Hurry up. I got to see all this. NBA1 starting to own the open field here. 411K still bringing more troops in from the bottom. NBA1 kind of sitting back here. A couple players not engaging in the scrum. I don't know if that's for a reason or if they're doing 4 other things at once and they can't figure out how to get into the middle. This is going to be very interesting. This is one of the best matches of the playoffs so far. And I got to say, Realm of Anubis, I'm glad I casted this match. This is a close one. This is a nail biter. 6.5 minutes left. The arc is down again. It's not really moved from the middle very much at all. Again, 411K starting to look like to bring back some provisioning maybe. Got 600 point game right now in favor of 411K. It keeps popping back and forth. I have to wonder if a lot of these are coming from provisions or what. I just don't know. I just don't know what's happening here. This is gonna be interesting. So I'm obviously holding it on this fight here, but there's tons of things happening on the map that could win this game. I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to click it quickly enough so that you guys can see it, but you just don't know what's going to happen, and that's the benefit of being in Osiris League. The map is so big. There's some next level plays and some game-changing plays that could happen in the blink of an eye that seem minor but end up being the thing that wins you the match. Right now, there's just so much fighting here in the middle. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to pull the arc out of here. And it looks like the game may be lagging a little bit, which is why they're snagging the arc, but then just standing there for a few seconds because they just don't have the capability. It's probably a little bit choppy. It's a little bit difficult to see some things, and you may not know that they've even captured it. They just click the arc and hope for the best. Buildings blinking on this side. 6 minutes left. If you're taking structures away, with it being a 500-point game, or 400-point game, excuse me, a couple structures one way or another could make the difference. I wish these structures were populating, but there's just so much in the middle. Everybody's heading to the middle. I think personally the way to go right now is trying to take these structures. Just don't let the opponent capture the arc. Take some structures. That may win you the game, guys. That in combination with maybe some provisioning may make this happen. This is going to be very, very solid. This is going to be down to the last second, guys. This is going to be down to the last second. Please don't freeze up on me. Please don't freeze up on me. You're getting so choppy. Don't do it. Okay, let me just sit here and chill. Let's sit here and chill. Let the graphics happen. Let the fighting happen. I see a lot of armies just not fighting, which likely means they're so choppy as well, it's hard for them to do anything. The arc is captured right now in favor of 411K, and it is moving. This Saladin has it and is going farther and farther back. If 411K is able to capture this arc, this will guarantee them the win. There's no way. Well, I don't want to say there's no way, but it's definitely going to be a close match. Provisioning may likely win this match. It is now a 600-point game in favor of 411K. 32,780 to 32,163. This is a very even matchup. 590 to 560 in favor of NBA1, though, so they have a 30-point per minute advantage with 4.5 minutes left. If they can take some of these other structures, that may spell the difference as well. These altars are a big deal. These altars are a big deal. These structures are a big deal. This arc is a big deal. Provisioning is a big deal. This is all coming down to the wire. 4 minutes left. The arc is down. Please don't crash. Please don't do it. Valiant stand being put up somewhere. I don't want to move off of this spot because it's going to make the game reload again. I don't want to lose it. This blue structure right now, NBA1 looks like they're desperately trying to hold on to that. If they're using a structure alliance skill, that means that 411K likely has a good presence around this altar. It's going to be very, very good. Ghanem says he bet 500,000 for NBA to win. My goodness. First off, if you've got 500,000 coins, you can buy whatever you want in the shop anyway. But that is a big loss. That's 250,000 coins you will lose if that happens. We got people pouring into this stream here. This is going to be for all the marbles. 3.5 minutes remain. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Sorry if I'm missing any of your chats, guys. I'm just so focused on this gameplay right here. You have to understand I'm trying to keep the commentary going for you. I wish I could talk with all of you, but the stream is literally just, it's just flicking by with all the text. We do have this stream live on Twitch as well. If you prefer to watch it on Twitch instead, it's on Dragothian Gaming Twitch. Twitch.tv/Dragothian Gaming if you want to check that out. And then obviously we're streaming it here on YouTube and also on my Facebook page as well. So popularity to the masses. You get to have this stream. This is one of the best matches of the playoffs by far. Look how close it is. There's a 3,000 point difference in favor of 411K. That means provisions were being done because there's no arc here. Buildings are still on the same thing. Those are provisions. So 36,000 to 33,000. Now it's a 3,000 point match in favor of 411K with 3 minutes left. I want to go jump to NBA1 to see if they have provisions coming back. Let me try and see if it'll populate anything. I don't see anything over here, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. It just means the game might not necessarily be loading it. Let me jump back to the fight. This is loading, no problem, but the game is doing everything it can to load this fight for you because this is for all the marbles. I just don't think there's enough time, guys. Look, it's taken 8 minutes just for the arc to get from here to here, and we still got a ton of distance below for anybody to capture anything. I don't think this arc is going to be captured. I think this is strictly going to be a scrum, just a fight in the middle, and this is going to be won by provisioning, folks. All the structures are pretty much locked into where they need to be. It looks like 411K has taken a few of the outposts over here. NBA1 has taken this outpost here as well. So NBA1 is trying to do their very best to eliminate some of the points per minute, but we're now down to the 2 minute mark. There is not going to be a chance for that to happen. There's a 3,000 point delta in favor of 411K, there needs to be provisions. Provisions are the only way for NBA1 to win right now. If they've got provisions coming back, then they will win the match. If they do not, 411K is going to move on to the finals of the Realm of Anubis Osiris League Season 2. This is going to be very, very good. To give you a quick shout, it looks like FN, let's take a peek. FN winning the match against NCB, 41,000 to 33,500. FN in the finals for Realm of Anubis Osiris League Season 2. And this match is winding down. A minute and 40 seconds left. This arc is not going to get captured. There's no way. There's just not enough time, which means the provisions are what's going to win this match. 411K dropped the significant provisioning point about a minute and a half ago, and they're still pouring it on. 37, almost 38,000 to 34,000. It is now a 4,000 point match. These structures are not going to do any good. These provisions, if NBA1 has provisions, they need to be brought back right now. This was a hairline game until 411K brought back a ton of provisions. My goodness, the 4,000 points that 411K brought back for provisions is going to win this game. I don't see any provisions coming back. There's a minute left. Maybe they're trying to get every little last drop. You've got to bring those provisions back from the farms to make this work. I can't jump to these because they're not populating. I want to show you if there's provisions happening, but I have a terrible sinking suspicion that everything's just going to drop. There's a little bit of a hair of an army coming out from the base here, which means there's armies here. It's still a 3,800 point game, so some provisions coming back, but it doesn't look like it's going to be quite enough. With 20 seconds left, looks like 411K is going to win this match in provisioning fashion. My goodness, emojis getting floated everywhere. This was a huge match. This was a great match. My goodness, I'm so glad I casted this match. I am so glad I casted this match. My goodness, this was a fantastic match. So it looks like, unless a miracle brings it back at the last second, 411K is going to win this match. My goodness. Huge, huge, huge upset, right? I think this was the upset, right? I think NBA1 was favored to win. 411K was the underdog. Aki here with the most valuable player score. Let's take a look at the summary. Provisions winning this game. Look at that, 6,000 points in provisioning against 3,000 for NBA1. That was the difference. Because look at the occupation score. It's within 200 points. The Osiris score here, 500 point difference. Provisions winning this game. Relatively even kill totals. This was amazing. Cosman doing the €2 donation. 411K did a great job. They certainly did. Provisioning's winning this match, holding the structures the way they needed to. They got most of the kills as well by about 7 million point margin. And units healed. Look at that number. They wanted this win bad. 411K put the speed ups in to make this match theirs. And it is going to be a FN versus a 411K finals in the Realm of Anubis Osiris League Season 2. My goodness. This was a heck of a match. And you have to wonder, does NBA regret holding on to the first arc as long as they did? Having the capability to capture that last arc a little bit more may have won them this match. It was a 3,800 point match. So that's basically another arc, because the other arc was 4,000 points. So that 4,000 points may have won them this game by 113 points. Wow, what a great matchup, guys. This was a fantastic matchup. Thank you all for joining. We've got 2,300 viewers in this stream, so well done. This was a great matchup. I am so glad I was able to bring it to you. Both of these alliances definitely deserve to be here. Both alliances definitely put up a great fight. This was endgame caliber of Realm of Horus. So there's no delta between the matchups between these alliances, Realm of Horus and Realm of Anubis. This makes me feel very, very happy that they're coming out with the Osiris League Invitational. That means these two alliances and FN and NCB are going to be going up against the other four alliances from Realm of Horus, which are JWM, JWM2, OV, and Hong Kong Legends. That's going to be another great playoff to the end. But 411K, fantastic job winning this matchup. NBA1 was the favorite, and they played like they should have won. Just a 11 kingdom difference between these two, so very evenly matched from a kingdom perspective. But again, 411K pulled it out, and it was all due to provisions. At the very end, you saw that 3,000 provision points were delivered with 2 minutes left or so, 3 minutes left for 411K, and NBA1 was just not able to quite keep it on their side. They did not have the extra provisions to bring back. They brought everybody into the middle, and that was the game. That was the game. Baz with a $2 donation. Hit the like button, folks. Yes, please and thank you. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button as well. Come on back over here. I cast officially for the Rise of Kingdoms channel. I am a sponsored content creator for Rise of Kingdoms, and I bring you stuff like this. Lots of PvP, lots of fights. And yeah, this is exactly what we bring to you on this channel. This is awesome. This was an awesome match. I'm so glad I was able to bring it to you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, I'll be trying to do this as much as possible, especially for the Osiris League Invitational, if there's extra ones that I can cast for you all. But let's also, I want to jump over and see who won the OVJWM match. I have not looked at it just yet. Let's go take a peek at that too. I want to bring you that as well. Again, I did say FN eliminating NCB from the Osiris League Season 2 playoffs. It's going to be FN versus 411K for the realm of Anubis. Let's go to this one. Got HKL defeating JWM2 and JWM with the win over OV. 6,000, 5,500 points. I wish I could go in here and see the end game summary, but it looks like JWM winning this match as well in pretty good fashion. So now it's going to be HKL versus JWM in the realm of Horus, and then in the realm of Anubis, it's going to be Fate Nation FN versus 411K. Both, I think this is Seth. Yeah, so Set sides winning in the realm of Anubis. So those are going to be the two ones. Let's go to the schedule really quick just to show you what that looks like, because this is a big deal. This is what everybody's been playing for. JWM versus HKL. And FN versus 411K. This was amazing, guys. I really appreciate you all joining me. For everybody that joined, this was a prime match for Giving Sword. You're absolutely right. Absolutely amazing. This was fantastic. I'm glad you all got to experience that match. Realm of Anubis putting it up strong on this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Cheers. Have a good week. And take care.